Welcome to Hairstory, and today we are meeting with Shanice, who goes by Shenzy,
Yes.
and we'll ask you to tell us a little story about how your name, Shanice's name, turned into Shenzy in a few
Yes.
moments. But it's lovely to meet you for the first time, and we are chatting with you on Hairstory, a podcast about the real lives of the professionals in the hair industry. And Hairstory spends time with basically the regular people, not the famous people in the hair industry. There are lots of podcasts
Right.
about all the famous people, but
Yes.
it's
Yes.
the regular hairstylists like yourself that make up the entire industry. And so we're starting to get to know all our family members in the hair industry. So
Yeah.
lovely to meet you.
It's a
Shenzy.
pleasure to be here.
I'm going to ask you just a little bit about yourself. Tell us a little bit about where did you grow up?
Mm-hmm.
And then how did
Yes.
you come? You are now in Canada, in the city of Welland, in the province of Ontario,
Yes.
and you have your salon.
Yes.
Your salon. What is the name of your salon?
Shenzy Beauty.
Shenzy Beauty. So Shenzy Beauty is in Welland, Ontario.
Yes.
But tell us a little bit about yourself so we can get to know you. Where did you grow up, and how did you come to
Absolutely.
Canada?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm from St. Vincent. It's a very small island in the Caribbean. It's literally like a dot on the map, okay? But it's a beautiful island. If you go there, you will love it. Very beautiful, beautiful people, beautiful food. That's where I'm originally from. And I moved to Canada when I was 19 years old, all by myself. I do have family members all across Canada, in Montreal, in Toronto, but I moved here all by myself.
Wow.
First, initially to visit,
Oh, okay.
not to stay.
Okay.
And over time, I decided here's where I want to reside. After visiting Canada for the past years, go back to college, to go back to school, I decided after I finished college, you know what, I'm going to stay. So that's when I was 19 years old. And I started doing here in my country, St. Vincent, that is over 15 plus years. And I started off just doing hair for my family members.
So
and
you were
friends.
doing hair for family members, but what were you studying in college?
Sorry?
What did you study in college?
Hospitality.
Hospitality. Okay. So
Nothing
you were
to do
studying
here.
that, but then you were doing hair personally on people. So keep
Yes.
telling us about your hair journey.
Yeah, so basically, I started off doing hair, with family and friends, practicing and learning. And I developed like this huge admiration for beauty, right? And so when I moved to Canada, that's something that I continued doing on the side. And then I ended up working different places, Tim Hortons. I was in a call center before, but there was something that was missing there. The beauty side of me was truly missing because there was a joy while I was doing hair, even though I wasn't charging for the service,
Oh.
right? And so I decided to start a business.
So
with-
back up a little bit because there's something in my mind I'm not making the connection.
Yeah,
You're doing hair for family and friends.
yes,
You're not charging.
yes.
Did you go to hair school?
Yeah.
Okay, so where did you go to school?
Yeah, so I went to hair school in my country,
Yes.
St. Vincent, did my workshops, everything there. But in Canada, because I'm in the protective styling, there is no school that's required. There's no studies that's required.
So
for
I want to
protective
talk
styling.
to you about that because I've started to hear more and more about the term protective styling,
Yeah.
which is a whole category that I'm sure a lot of people don't quite know about.
Yeah.
So I'm going to come back to that in a moment. So you started doing hair at first for free.
Yes.
So those customers were very, very happy with you.
Very.
And then as time went on, then you
Yeah.
opened your own, or were you working in another salon?
No, as time went on, I worked in my own. I never worked in a salon
Oh,
before.
really? Okay.
No,
So you've
I've
always been
never.
on your own.
I've always been on my own. I've never worked in a salon a day in my life.
So did you like rent a room or rent a chair, or how did
I
that?
started off in my home,
In your home? Okay.
literally in the corner of my dining room,
Wow,
on my
okay.
computer chair.
Oh,
This is in Hamilton.
in Hamilton?
Yes, that's the first time I did a stranger's hair in Canada.
Okay. Wow.
Yes, in the corner of my living
How
room.
did you know what to charge?
That was the most challenging part. So
Right.
this is how I came about my charging. When I bought the tools, what I was doing, I was taking away what I bought and how many profit I want to make in the beginning, and then I was just putting a random number. I'm gonna be honest with you, I had
I mean,
no
when you look
guide.
back now,
Yeah,
you think, wow, that
yeah,
kind of made up as I went
yeah.
along.
Like for instance, when I started out, my weave styles were like $40. Now my weave styles are $150.
Okay.
So total huge difference.
Yes.
But that's where I started out, in the corner of my living room in my apartment studio. And then we decided to move out here in the pandemic, and I continued in my townhouse in the unfurnished basement
So this was during the pandemic that you.
during the
Okay.
pandemic.
Now, we were talking a little bit earlier, and you mentioned that you are married and you have a husband who works in
Yes.
forex trading.
Yes.
And tell us just a little quick story of how
Yeah.
you met him.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's a beautiful story. But we were in Toronto. Both of us were in Toronto doing our own thing separately. And I had just came out of a very awful, relationship. And I started going to church.
Right.
Because at that time, I felt like I
Which
needed
church
God.
was this?
This was the Narrowgate Ministry.
Okay.
Right? And this was a church that was actually owned by his dad.
Okay.
I didn't know that. A friend invited me. I was working with a friend. She invited me. I was heartbroken at the time, decided to go to church, and that was him standing right there preaching at that time.
Okay.
I kid you not. And after that, he approached me after church, because they normally do this every time there's somebody
Yes,
new that visited the church. And from there, it's history. We're here now.
So
Yeah.
you've been married now for
I've been married now for 11 years.
11
November 15th was
Congratulations.
11.
That's
Thank
lovely.
you.
November 15th.
Yes.
So you just celebrated 11.
Just celebrated 11 years.
Coming back to your hair story now, you are practicing on your own.
Yes.
You are now moved to a townhouse in Welland,
Yes.
and you're doing hair on people in your townhome.
Yes.
When did you move into your own location?
Yeah, so I moved into my own location 3 years ago, November 1st.
Okay.
This is where we are right now, right
Yes.
here at Shenzy Beauty. So we moved in here 3 years ago. November 1st was our 3-year anniversary. I moved into this space because I outgrew my home so quickly. So when I moved from Hamilton, my reason for moving is because I was doing mobile services out here
Right.
from Hamilton.
Okay.
Yes, so I place ads on Kijiji, on Facebook Marketplace, and a lot of people from out here were booking my services. And I couldn't understand why. I just couldn't understand why so many appointments from this area. And so after coming out here multiple times, I realized that there's a gap, that there isn't any Black hairstylist out here
Okay.
who is offering the services that I offer. So that's the reason why all of the clients from out here are booking me from all the way in Hamilton. And so at that time, I wasn't driving. I had no driver's license. My husband would accompany me all the way out here.
Wow.
Wait for me.
Oh my
These, mind you, these
Now
hours
that's
are
love.
4-6 hours
Yes,
because they're
my
protective
goodness.
styles.
Yes, yes.
Okay, they're braiding styles.
Right.
So he would wait for me in the car. Sometimes if the client is, like very, friendly, they would invite him inside. But for the most part, he would wait for me.
Wow.
And we'll drive back home and we'll do it all over again.
That's a man to keep.
Well, he is a
Lovely.
keeper.
What a lovely story.
Definitely.
So you were mobile basically, and then you opened Shenzy Beauty.
Yeah, no. So I was working at my home,
Right.
and I was also doing mobile.
Mobile,
So I was offering mobile as an add-on,
Right.
right, for clients who couldn't
And
come
then
to me.
about 3 years ago, you opened your first actual
Yes.
location with your name on the building.
Yes, Shenzy Beauty.
And then you mentioned that your younger sister now works with you.
My youngest
So there's
sister.
the two
now.
of you in the salon.
Yes, both of us.
Tell us a little bit about all the different services that you offer. And do you focus on the Black clientele, or do you also do even, Middle Eastern or white or Latin,
Yeah.
Chinese women? What do you do?
Yeah,
there?
so I offer a variety of styles, braiding styles, crochet styles.
So it's
sewing
braiding.
Yes, so it's protective styling.
So talk to us a little
Yes.
bit about protective, because I've heard
So-
that term a bit now.
Yeah.
And explain that to someone who doesn't understand what is protective.
For sure. Protective styling are styles that are supposed to promote hair growth and health. So it's not damaging to your hair. There's no bleaching. There's no, cutting like pixie cuts or anything like that. It's pretty much styles that are, your hair is underneath the entire time, right? So that's why it promotes a lot of growth and health. And it's styles like weave styles, weaving styles, braiding styles. So we have the knotless braids, the box braids, we have the cornrows, right? We have the men's styles. We also have styles like crochet as well.
So you do men and women.
We do men and a woman, and I also service everybody who needs it. So I've worked with a lot of Caucasians. I think 30% of my clientele is Caucasian clients.
Okay.
Yes, I've done Asian hair before, Indian hair before, yeah, Egypt. I have clients with different nationalities because I'm very experienced with different hair types. That's one of the things that I, help myself with and studied more as I was doing here, how to deal with different hair types, different textures, and different lengths.
So how much of this did you learn in your hair school, and how much of it did you learn self-educated, would you say?
That's a good question. Most of the braiding styles was in hair school. And self-taught is pretty much the trending ones now. In the hair industry, everything changes by the day. There's always a new trend. There's always new styles. So most of them are the weave styles and the wigging styles that I self-taught myself.
And then the age range of your customers, what's the youngest and what's the oldest age range?
Yeah, my youngest customer is 10 years old.
Okay.
And my oldest is 65.
Okay.
Yes, oldest 65.
And you were practicing during the pandemic? And then from home, you were doing a little bit of work, possibly
During the pandemic, I actually started the actual business, but I was doing hair from time.
Right.
Yes.
So I'm sorry, you started your business during
Yes,
the pandemic.
yes.
Now that you've been working on people's hair for over 10 years, have you noticed anything changing? Have you noticed your clients, any particular problems your clients are having more of, or observations about the world of hair?
Yeah, I do notice changes. I do notice that most of the extensions, the braiding extensions, have more chemicals in them. So now we wash our braids. We soak them in vinegar.
So you mean when you buy them, you have to take the chemicals out?
Yes, there are more chemicals now. I find most of the products that we use as well, they turn white after and they create itch. So now we're constantly looking on products that would not have those type of issues, so that clients don't have to remove their hair sooner than they should. And things are always changing in the beauty industry, and so I always try my best to be as knowledgeable as possible and see what's out there and always aim for the quality.
Now, extensions are a good part of your business too?
Yes.
What would you say? Are they a good 20%, 50%? How much of your business is doing extensions or putting extensions in?
Yeah, extensions, I would say a good 35%.
Okay. So you do quite a bit of extensions.
Oh yeah, a lot of extensions.
And
yes.
And with the extensions, I know it's amazing the before and after look with extensions.
It's
once you do
awesome.
Extensions. What are the biggest challenges that your clients have with extensions? What's some words of advice you would give to someone who's wanting to put extensions in?
Yeah, one of the biggest challenges is maintenance. A lot of my clients are scared for the first time to put extensions in because they believe they don't have the ability to maintain the style.
Okay.
And one of the things that I focus on is to make sure that every client that's sitting in my chair somewhat knows how to maintain the style before they leaves. So while I'm doing their hair, we're talking about maintenance. I'm not waiting until they're leaving or anything like that. I educate them on maintenance and I give them tips and tricks. For most clients, I send them videos because some people are more visual.
Yes.
So I'll send them videos to make sure that they maintain their styles. The biggest advice I'll give to anyone who's looking to get extensions is to just do a bit of research before you book a service. Just try and see the different type of extensions out there, the quality of extensions out there. Don't just go with any brand when it comes to extensions. And if your stylist or your service provider do offer extensions, they're professional and they already know what the quality is that they're offering at their salon or on their website. So book a consultation with them. And
now, are these extensions mostly real human hair, or is there synthetic hair also?
There are two types. There's synthetic and there's human. The human is obviously the better quality extension, and the synthetic is the lower quality.
So what's the advantage of synthetic and the advantage of human?
Duration, how long it lasts.
Why, synthetic lasts longer?
No, synthetic, it's literally plastic.
Okay.
It's plastic.
I would have
it's
thought
here.
plastic lasts longer.
Yeah.
But it's the other way around.
It's the other way around because synthetic, the huge difference is not only is it plastic, it cannot take any heat, right? And if you do take heat, it's very low heat.
Yeah.
You cannot change the color. You can't bleach it
Right, true.
or anything like that. They come pre-styled. That's one of
So then why would a person have synthetic? For what reason would they?
it's just cost.
Just so
affordability.
synthetic is
Yeah,
cheaper.
it's way cheaper.
Got it.
Yes.
Okay. So there's a market and a cost market that would go
Exactly.
synthetic. Interesting.
And that is the reason why I offer both, because there's different, people who can afford different amounts. So I offer both to service everyone.
One of the points we are talking to our interviewees about is how do you feel? Well, two parts to my next question. First part is how do you feel? And the second part is how do your customers feel? So I'd like you to talk to us a little bit about how do you feel when you are doing people's hair and when you finish. Talk to us about your feelings.
It's rewarding, to be honest. It's very refreshing when you really love what you do and you put every energy, every unction of your being into what you're doing. Seeing that transformation when the client walk in and how they walk out, the joy on their face, that is very rewarding. It's motivating. It's what's inspiring me to keep going, to go forward, because there's nowhere else or nothing else I'd rather do. It's very refreshing. It's a very refreshing feeling.
So it's great to wake up in the morning knowing that you're going to work where
It's
you'll be
beautiful.
happy and making people happy.
It's
There's
amazing.
not a lot of people in the world who go to work with that opening thought in their
Yeah,
mind.
and just connecting with different people every day
Yeah.
who have different walks, right? And just connecting the conversations.
So I'm
would
sure
have.
you hear a lot of stories. You
Lot
hear
of
all about
story.
their lives.
We're
and-
therapists.
And, yeah, you're like you're
Yeah,
I think,
therapists.
the editor of my magazine, the Canadian Pro Beauty magazine, Cheryl, she used the term hairapist. She said we're hairaphists.
We are. We truly are.
So I'm not sure. Is there like a really neat story you can share with us about one of your customers? A really neat customer, something unusual?
Yeah.
Tell us one story that's really a neat story.
I'll tell you the most recent story. I had a client in my chair that was contemplating suicide. Yeah, I know. I don't mean to go that deep, but she
No,
in
but
that
I mean,
moment.
this is why I wanted to have you share something really
Yeah.
important so that people listening understand what the hair professionals do and how important hair professionals are to the mental health and the life of people. So this was a young person, I presume,
Yes, she was.
and the
Yeah.
big effect then that you had on her.
Yeah.
You knew her, I presume. She wasn't an.
She was a first-time client.
First-time client.
She was a first-time client. Yeah,
So
one of few.
how did you feel, or what sort of result do you feel you had as a result of spending time with her?
Yeah, so she was young. She came here from the Caribbean to study. She have no one here. So she was going through her own, situations and challenges, and she have no support, and the little support that she have was judging her. She would get bullied with certain things, and the more she find herself going forward, the more her environment is pushing her down, right? And so she was contemplating suicide, ended up in my chair because of how she felt at the time. She want to get her hair done. She's trying to get stuff done so she can encourage herself to keep moving forward.
Yes.
And ended up in my chair. And one of the things that I do when new clients come in my chair is probe. I want to know how you find us. I want to know what made you come here. I want to know what made you choose the style, And so from probing, she started telling me how she's feeling. She started opening up more, and now it seemed like we're friends. Instead of I'm your hairstylist, you're my client. And she started telling me how she feels and what she was about to do just last night. Wow. And I don't know what happened, but I just knew all the Bible verse that I can think of at that time was the right verses and the right thing she needed to hear in that moment. And she said to me, Shenzy, you have no idea what you just said to me. She said, the fact that you don't know me from anywhere and you gave me your personal number and told me, called you anytime these thoughts come into my mind so we can pray, so we can get through this. She said, you have no idea what you did to me.
And how is she doing now?
And she's doing amazing.
That's so neat.
She's doing amazing now.
And that really highlights one of the main points we are we are trying to accomplish through this podcast is to help people understand
Mm-hmm.
how important the hair professionals are to society. Because, when the pandemic happened and the government just shut everybody down,
Yeah.
and they basically created a huge amount of mental health challenges for a lot of people.
Yes.
One of the questions I would ask any hair professional is, can you even imagine if all the hair professionals in the country, let's say Canada or the United States, if they all went on strike, what would happen to the mental health of the country?
No.
You see,
That's
and
a
this
good
is
question.
why we are emphasizing how important you are.
Yeah.
And a lot of hair professionals don't even realize how important they are to the good mental health of the country.
Yeah.
You're very, very important.
Yes.
The other interesting news you told me when we were talking earlier was you have a product line. So talk to us about the Shenzy product line you've been working on.
Yeah, absolutely. So I started my product line because of one of the things I mentioned earlier. There's always changes in the beauty industry. So some of the products, it's either they're too oily or they're not, moisturizing your scalp the way it should. The products that are in them, they're flaking after. There's just so many things. And so I wanted to create my own product line to make sure that whatever it's supposed to be in there will be in there. One of the first things that we launch is our edge control, because with braiding styles, if your edges are not done, the style is not done.
Now, I don't do braiding, so explain
Yeah.
to me, what is an edge?
Yeah, so the edge is the baby hairs that are in front, the very front of your hairline, the baby hairs that you swoop
Oh, those are the
along the
edges.
lines to create this nice effect.
Right.
Right? So that's what we swoop in with the edge control to give it a nice finish. Right? And most people love that with their braiding styles. If it's not done, the style just look incomplete. Right? So that's one of the first product that I launched, the edge control, which is the jam that would sleek your edges in place to finish the style. And then I launched my hair growth oil because I wanted a product that would promote health, growth and healthy hair. So I still have that up to this day, one of my top selling products. And in-house, we make the moisturizing oil.
So how many different products do you have?
Yeah, so I have 4 different products. And I also have my extensions and my wigs that I sell.
So
as
you
well.
use these on your clients, of course, and you
Yes.
sell them to your clients.
Absolutely.
Do you sell them anywhere else, or what's your plan
Yes,
for
we
selling
do have
these
an online website.
So you have an online website?
Yes,
Is
we
that
do.
What is that website?
Yeah, shenzybeauty.com.
ShenzyBeauty.com. Great.
Yes.
ShenzyBeauty.com.
Yes. Yes.
So you sell online, and are your plans to grow your market, or is that basically your strategy to sell to your customers and sell online?
Yeah, right now my plan is to sell to my customers and online, because most of my products are I do import them from China.
Sure.
The only product that is made in house is the moisturizing oil.
Okay.
So what I plan to do is to sell it online and to my customers. For now, I haven't thought about expanding it.
No, it's another whole business
worldwide.
model. If you're going to
Yes,
expand, you
it
need a
is.
lot of financing and so
Yes,
forth. But
I realize.
But that's really wonderful that you have your own line.
Yes.
If a person is wanting to get into the hair world, a young man or a young woman wanting to get in the hair world, what would be some general comments or advice you would have for them?
Yeah, definitely. I would say to anyone who's looking to get in the hair or beauty industry, just be focused, stay consistent. If you start, do not give up. Consistency is key. Be as knowledgeable as you can. Always educate yourself. And most importantly, focus on adding value as you go forward with your knowledge and the wisdom that you've gained. Adding value to your name is what's going to...
So when you use the word adding value, help me understand what you mean by that.
adding value may make your business so worth it that no matter where you are, no matter where people see you, they just want to sit in your chair. Adding value to your name, no matter how, what the distance is. I have people who are coming from Florida because they see value in my services.
Now, some people have, some people are scared to start because they don't think they'll make much money.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that challenge in people's heads as well. Will
Yeah.
they make much money? Then people have the opposite problem. Oh, I'm going to be a millionaire, which is the opposite side of thinking.
Yeah.
And the truth is nowhere at each end. The truth is in the middle somewhere.
Yeah.
So could someone, if I was a young man wanting to get into the hair world, or a young lady wanting to get in the hair world, and I said, so Shenzy, do you think I can support myself? Do you think I can make enough money to pay all my bills being a hairstylist? What would you say?
My simple answer would be you won't know until you start.
Okay.
Right? Because you can have all the money in the world and open your hair business, but still don't make that money or reach that goal because you don't have the drive.
Okay.
You didn't add
So
that value.
drive is the first thing you
Drive.
need to have. Okay.
Like you have to have the drive. From since I started, my drive did not stop. I had the same mentality when I was in my living room in that small corner. My mentality was like a millionaire. Like I saw over 100 clients in my chair in that small room. And that's what kept me going. I believed that I was somewhere where I wasn't yet.
And do you do a
Right?
fair amount of social media marketing? Is that how do you market yourself? Is
A
it
lot
mainly
on social media.
That's
A lot
what
on
about-
social
You don't
media.
take ads in newspapers or anything?
No.
You basically just keep doing social media.
Everything
And what's
is on
your what's your social? So if I was to look for you on Instagram, what would I look for?
Social media, YouTube is
What would
Shenzy
be the
Beauty.
handle or the name? Just Shenzy Beauty?
Shenzy
on
Beauty,
Instagram, on
YouTube,
YouTube?
Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, all of
Super.
them.
Well,
Everywhere you go, you'll see Shenzy Beauty.
that's awesome. So it's been lovely to get to know you. Thank you so much,
Yes.
Shenzy. It's really great. I'm looking forward to continuing to keep in touch with you. And maybe after a while, we'll meet again and get an update from you on what else has happened in
Amazing.
your life. Thank you again. And we
Amazing.
really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Take care.